Good morning, everybody. My name is Justin, and we're here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We're back with another B-Van today. It's going to be one of our used coaches that we have. It's a 2023 Winnebago Adventure Wagon 70 SE. We actually sold this to the customer new, but he decided he was going to upgrade B-Vans. It's got a little over 10,000 miles on it. It's on the previous generation Mercedes chassis, so it's going to be the 3-liter turbo and the rear-wheel drive platform. So we'll take a look at the inside of the engine bay up here. A little dusty because all the pollen's out today, but pretty easy access to your def, your oil, your battery posts if you ever need to jump off the engine, windshield wiper fluid, brake reservoir, any of that. So even though this is the previous generation of chassis, you still have all those Mercedes safety features. You've got the adaptive cruise control, active lane assist, and the active brake assist. If you ever get too close to someone, it'll stop for you. So he did a couple aftermarket things on this, so we'll point them out as we go through it. If we take a step back, I don't know if you can see the roof, Jody. There's actually 2 solar panels that he had hard mounted to the roof, so it provides about 400 watts of solar to the battery bank on the inside. Down on the side of this unit, you'll have the Winnebago side step. You'll have little catches on the end. You can use it for tie downs, dog leashes, anything of that nature. Towards the front, you'll see a little exhaust. The Adventure Wagon is kind of it was a collaboration done with Winnebago and Adventure Wagon, where it's a very customizable van. You can make it your own. So he did the solar, a diesel heater inside, and then did a couple more modifications on the inside that we'll go through when we get there. So it'll kind of be a quick walk around on the outside to show a couple things. There's not a whole lot on the outside of Adventure Wagons. He added these 2 Molly panels to the back, as well as these 2 Owl cargo boxes. So they are brand new cargo boxes. He never even used them before he traded it in. So the keys are still on the inside of them. So you can put whatever gear you want inside. Just gives you a little bit more storage space because most B-Vans don't have any exterior storage. So on the back, down low, you'll have a Class 3 receiver on it. It'll have a 7-way connector, and your hitch is rated for 5,000 pounds. So if you need to tow a small Jeep behind you or a little trailer with some off-road vehicles just to get deeper into the woods, you can do that. On the upper end of the unit, you'll have your camera. So that is going to be your backup camera whenever you're in reverse. So you can use that. Speeds lower than 15 miles an hour if you want to navigate around the parking lot and see what's all behind you, or to automatically come on when you're in reverse. On this side, there's not much over here. You'll see 1 window cut out. There's 1 on each side. They are opening windows, and they are back where the bed is going to be. On the driver, you'll have another small side step to get in here. Again, catches on the ends of it, so it just helps if you're short or you got some bad knees, makes it a little bit easier to get in here. While we have the door open, we'll cover a few of the features that the Mercedes has. So you do have electric seats in here, and they are heated seats. So the memory, a lot of people will do his, hers, and the third option, they'll be to turn the chair around. So if you need to rotate it around, it makes it a lot easier to do so, because watching us trying to turn them around when we haven't done it in a while on that specific unit's kind of entertaining. All right. So that'll be about it for the exterior of this coach. So it is got a very nice paint job on it. I believe it's the selenite color is what they still called it for 2023. It's one of the most common colors that Mercedes has to offer on all their B-Vans. So this is the passenger door. It is an automatic door, so you want to just pull that handle once and let it open itself. Don't pull on the door or do it manually. You want to let it do the motor, or else you can damage that motor on it. When we step inside here, it comes with 1 additional chair. So it does have recline, it does have armrest. This is the wider Adventure Wagon chair. So a little bit more than a child can get in here. You can actually do some adults. And it is a 3-point harness, so you will have the DOT rated seat belts on it. They are mounted into this track system. So all along the side, or all along the length of this Adventure Wagon, you'll have these tracks. They are quick connect, and this is the type of things that will mount down. You'll have D-rings. You can adjust them on any given spot in there, and they're really easy to move around and lock into place. So starting up front, you'll have a Dometic 12 volt or 110 cooler. So you can set it to either a freezer or fridge, depending on whatever you need, what your needs are. Previous customer would use this a lot for just bottled water and stuff, so it'd be set to a fridge instead of the freezer action. Throughout the van, you'll have some 12 volt USBs, and you'll also have your USB-A connectors. Going down the sidewalls, you'll see more of these tracks, and then up high, you'll see a few of these mule bags. So this is a single one. He left us the Winnebago's owner manuals, so you'll have all the stuff that was in there when it was new. So these bags do zip shut. There's loops on each of them for carabiners, and as well as nets down below them and on the sides of them. So we actually have one of the bags unmounted in the back, so I can walk you around the whole bag. So one of the things this customer did is there's a factory cabinet that's a little smaller when you get an adventure wagon new, or when you're able to. He actually went to one of the local builders here in Denver called Titan Vans and had this cabinet built. So it now has the outlets and the USB built into the side, as well as a little bit larger. He bought a New Wave induction cooktop to use for his adventures, but he never even used it, so we just had it in the box here, and I set it up out there. You'll have your sink here. Down below, you'll have storage with adjustable shelves. You can see a little bit more L-track and how this cabinet is mounted. So everything in this van is removable, so you can make it however you want. You see down next to this little thing, the storage tray there, there's more of those outlets, or the USB connections. So on this other side of the cabinet, you will have a fresh tank, and you'll have your gray tank. So that's tied into the sink right there. And he also left 2 more additional fresh tanks. So just little water expansions if you need them. So the last thing before we cover the bed is going to be this little bench seat. So it's just got a cushion on top. There's a little storage compartment on it. It does come with a little porta potty. So if you need an emergency bathroom or anything like that, you can use that. So this bed is going to be a Moab bed. So it is completely adjustable. So you can raise and lower it on this, depending if you want to do one single bed. You could buy a second one, do bunk beds, just depending on what your sleeping needs are. The beds have these gaps in the middle because as you move up the van, the width changes. So the bed is adjustable to that width. The cushion's a little bit of give, but not a whole lot of give. This would be the mule bag that I was telling you that we have removed. So you can see the side cubbies on it, more of the hooks. You can see all 4, actually 5 of the small bungee cubbies down here. And then you can actually get a better look of the inside of these bags. So they have ample storage space. Again, they do mount on that track system. So, all right, so I'm gonna toss this, or I'll leave that here for now. Underneath the Moab bed, he put some carpet down here. They are just carpet squares, so if you wanted to remove them, you can. Super easy to do. You'll have the wheel wells, and then in that back right corner, the Adventure Wagons came standard with an EcoFlow, but he upgraded it to a Goal Zero power bank. That's tied directly into the solar, as well as you can charge it manually if you want with an extension cord at your house. And then that other black box down there is a Yeti expansion tank. So what that is just more battery storage. If you want the specs on those, just feel free to email me or text or call, and I can get a little bit more nitty gritty on the capacities of those compared to the EcoFlow. But yeah, just let me know if you need that. So up here, I'll set this down here for now so it's out of the way. You can see the side opening windows there, and then there's towards the back you'll have those blackout shades. So they are zipper shades, they are magnetic to that back door, and then each of these windows will have magnets on it, and the big sliding door will also have magnets on it. So That's what you'll do if you want the blackout or the privacy, as well as just a little bit more insulation in the winter time. The fabric on the sidewalls, you can see how deep it is relative to the window. So behind all of this is also insulation, as well as this panel board. So it is thick, it's durable. These vans are meant to be used and abused, essentially. A lot of people buy them because it's a very customizable shell that you have access to. So that exhaust that we saw outside, most adventure wagons don't have AC or heat. So what he installed the Webasto diesel heater. So it'll be mounted under the passenger seat, and you can control all the settings right here to what you want, how long you want it to run, the temperature you want the van to reach, and program it that way so you can have heat in this van. So it pulls directly from your diesel fuel tank, so you'll have plenty of capacity, and it will cook you out of this van in the winter. So it's a very good heating system, especially for this small of a van. We'll switch, Jody, and then we'll look up at the ceiling. So in the adventure wagons, normally you have that carpet just carried all the way through. He had these wood panels installed, I believe at Titan Van as well, to give it a little bit more accent and color in it, just so it wasn't such a plain van. You have a max air fan with the vent cover already built in. You can adjust the speed with the plus or minus on it. You can also have it set up to auto, where it'll open close based on 78-degree temperature, so it doesn't get too hot in here. So we're gonna close this door. So you see all the light that you get from that big bay window in here. Throughout this, you'll actually have these big magnetic ones. So this large one will be for this big window up here. And it is just magnetic, so you just clip it to the sidewall and block it all out if you need to. And you just gotta find the right orientation for it, so that would be flipped over. We'll take that off now, so there's light in here. Up here, I threw all these up a little bit earlier. You'll have more of those magnetic panels. So they are thicker, so they'll act as another vapor barrier and just a little bit more insulation. But then you also get the factory Mercedes ones that go up front in the dash. So if you wanted to black out this whole van, you can. As well as keep the heat in or out, depending on how you're using this. So you'll have this aftermarket tray up here, so that just gives you a little bit more storage space. Impedes with a little bit of the head height when you're getting in and out of the passenger seat. So if you're 5'10", 6 foot, it's not too bad, but if you're any taller, you'll notice that that's there when you're getting in and out. So last thing that we'll cover on this is just the Mercedes chassis portion. So we'll turn the AC down a little bit just so we don't get too much wind noise. So you'll have all of your controls up here. It is touchscreen. All the vents can be closed just by rotating them off. And the rear camera control, like we talked about, so it's very visible. You can see the owl boxes back there, so that'll be your furthest point back. Obviously, when you're backing up, if you think you're close to something, just get out and check. Telephone controls, radio. The Mercedes chassis have built-in navigation, so you can use that. Quick buttons to get all of your vehicle settings, as well as tuner, the volumes in the center, and then little phone cubbies that you can use on either side. While we're towards the top, you'll have 3 cubbies, and then one on the passenger side. You'll have another 12-volt charger here. You'll have a wireless charging pad in here, and then you'll have USB-C connections that'll tie directly into this. So if you want the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, you just plug it in via that, and then it'll connect to your phone via there. The top is going to be fresh air ports, so they're going to help get some fresh air in from the outside. You can close them if you don't want. It is conditioned air still, so it will be cool, and you don't have to worry about hot air blowing inside, especially in the summertime. Down below, you'll have your climate controls. You'll have another way to open this door, so there's 3 ways to open it. This button, there's a red button next to the door itself, and then from the handle on the outside. But again, just push it, let the door do its thing, don't force anything. You do have automatic climate control, so if you want to set the temperature, hit auto. It'll adjust the fan speed, the temperature of the air, and everything coming out just to keep that cab comfortable. When it's not super hot out, this dash AC is more than enough to cool the whole coach. When it is hot out, it'll get a little warm in here unless you have a little fan, a 12-volt fan in here blowing it back there. But it is very comfortable. If you use the heat for this and not the Webasto, it'll heat this thing up very, very quickly. We definitely made use of those in the wintertime. You'll have cubby down here. And then as far as your passenger seat, it'll also have the same memory functions, heat functions, and all the locking doors. The door locks over there as well. So the last thing that's going to be on this side is going to be the Mercedes steering wheel. So you still have the same steering wheel as a lot of the newer Mercedes products. So this left haptic button over here is going to be to work your way through the menu. On this left side, your adaptive cruise control settings will also be here. The right side will be for voice commands and phone call options, as well as navigating this right side menu. So if you wanted to go over there and focus on driving instead of playing with the touchscreen. To shift, it's as simple as holding the brake, pulling down for drive, all the way up for reverse, and then just pushing the end of the stock for your parking brake. The left side, you will have windshield wipers. They are automatic wipers, so if it starts raining really hard, they'll turn on their own. They'll adjust their speed based on how hard it's raining. You do have automatic headlights in this as well. So again, the Mercedes chassis is known for a lot of its creature comforts compared to the other chassis in this class of vehicle. So it just makes it that much more comfortable when you're driving. Up above, you'll have all your standard car features, little sunglass holder, the SOS button if you're ever in an accident or need help, reading lights that are tied into the doors or the rear lights back there, as well as your visors and a nice big cubby up here as well. So you got plenty of places to stow stuff if you need it up in the front area between the cubbies and then the overhead. And then you have all the mule bags in the back if you want to bring more stuff based on how you're going to use this van. So what's cool about it is you can take all of this stuff out. So if you just want a blank van, you can do that. Or if you want to use it for your camping needs or road trips, you can do that. We do have more of those seats if you need extra passengers. So if you want to get those, just feel free to reach out to us. But that's going to be it for this adventure wagon. So it's a 2023 adventure wagon. It's got about 10,000 miles on it. My name's Justin, and this is Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My cell phone is 404-936-6215. My email is justin.rogers@transwest.com. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions.